Yeah. It's the daily. Yeah. You think it won't when it whiz? You think it ain't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting. It's the Daily Go Get a Business Show, y'all. Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationship Thursday, and everything is going to be all right. I can see it now. Everything is going all right. Yo, we won't cloud. Yeah. It's the daily, go get a business show. How y'all feeling? I hope y'all feeling like real men and real women should tonight. I know I am. I'm not feeling like a real woman. I never have, but I'm feeling like a real man should. And you know that has to be a good thing. It has to be a great thing. We kings and queens, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, since we was teens. And tonight on the Daily Go Get 'Em Ism Show, we talking about the things that are part of your history and the things that ain't. The things that are part of your history and the things that aren't part of your history. This is a Throwback Thursday type of show. So we're going to talk about the things that we have done in our lives, the things that have made up who we were, the struggles, the journey, the places that we have been, and the realms of thought that we have delved into that got us to where we are today, tonight. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. You think it won't be all right, but it will. So that's what we get in tonight. So listen, tonight, if you don't want to reminisce about the things that you've done because you can't look yourself in the face, you don't want to be here tonight. But I think you want to be here tonight because it can't be all bad. You know, a lot of things are in our history, but some of those things are still in our present. I mean, when you really think about it, how can something that the patterns that you have developed not be a part of who you are today? Have we learned them lessons? Have we thanked for the blessings? Well, it's the daily, go get a Mism Show. Sit back, relax, and chill, y'all. It's gonna be all right. What's going on, T. Carey? Right down for the morning, noon, and night. It's good to see you in my sights. You know that I'm telling the truth. Yeah. And Carol Chamber, let me 5 or Rita. Stacey Yvette White, hold it down for the D all day, every day. Yes. Good to see me some you, y'all. Surely show the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Surely show the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. I don't know about y'all, but you know, lately, this week, my allergies have been ramping up again. You know, I'm scratching throats and, you know what I'm saying, scratching ears and sneezing and snorting and all that. I'm like, man, I don't know. I don't even really have an allergy season. I have an allergy all the time, like all 4 seasons, but you know, I'm trying to move on. I'm trying to be all right. Yeah, you know, I'm trying to be all right. Yes, I am. But it's gonna be all right. I'm fighting through it, and we're gonna get through it, and we about to get to it. The things that are part of your history and the things that aren't. The things that are part of your history and the things that ain't. You know, it's really very simple. It's really very simple. We have done things in our lives. We've seen things. We have found out what works for us and what doesn't work. We have been through a lot of trial and error. We have tried to try. Sometimes we succeeded. Sometimes we fail. But we tried again, try it again. What's going on, my big sis, Robin Ming here to always do a thing. It's good to see me some you. That's true, my queen. How you doing, ma? How are you? How are you? And my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. I said my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. What's going on, my brother? Thanks for coming on out. It's always good to see you up in the chat. That's no doubt. How you feeling, my man? All right, let's get into it. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your daily, the daily go get 'em Ism Show. We do this every single day, every day. Every day it rains. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. We break it down, y'all. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. I'm your host, son, 752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the. Well, then you just say Omar with the R's, the Daily Go Get a Business Show all up in your area. How y'all? Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. What's going on, Will Horn? Will Horn and Emily Dunlap in the house, all up on the Instagram side. Good to see me, some of you. You know that is true. Yes. All right, yo. So, like I said, tonight on this Let's Get Real About Relationships Thursday, on this Throwback Thursday, we're talking about the things that are part of your history and the things that aren't. Like, for example, if you've never been to jail, then jail ain't part of your history. But if you're the type of person that has been in and out of jail, 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 out of prison, back to the prison, in the halfway house, in and out of jail, in and out of jail. I'm about to go back, just got violated. Yo, my motherfucking PO got me frustrated. This shit ain't right. Why I gotta go back? I got another year and a half. There's no doubt at this particular time I'm mad as hell. But I fucked myself up again and now I'm back in the cell. Either jail history is a part of you or it ain't. It's either part of your history or it's not. And unfortunately for a lot of black brothers, it is. Now, I haven't met too many sisters where jail is a part of their history, even if they have served some time. And I don't really know a lot of women who have served time, like straight up. Like I know plenty of women who have been arrested before, and they've all been devastated by like, they put the cuffs on me, and I had to go to the precinct, but I haven't really been around no chicks, that have the type of jail history that a dude would have. You know what I'm saying? Knock on wood for that, for real. Knock on wood for that. Because don't be locking these. If they start locking our women up the way they lock up our men, it won't be nobody out here in these streets. We need to have representation out here in these streets. Somebody got to raise these babies. But yeah, so jail history may or may not be part of your history. Now, if it is part of your history, other things are going to be part of your history too, because you don't just go to jail just because it's time to go to jail. You go to jail because of crimes that you have either been accused of unjustifiably or crimes that you have committed. Like if you were a drug dealer and you just wouldn't stop selling drugs, well, you may have been in and out of jail, in and out of jail, in and out of jail, in and out of jail. Halfway house, you got that ankle monitor on your ankle. Home arrest, house arrest, you know the rest. Home arrest, house arrest, you know the rest. My PO is calling. I gotta answer his call. I can't ignore the shit, y'all. My PO. So if jail is part of your history, then you know that you're gonna have to answer some questions by some people who want to know, well, what the fuck were you doing to be going back and forth to jail? Like you've been to prison. You a 2 or 3 time felon? Like, come on now, what you doing? What you doing? Now, a lot of brothers might say, well, when I was younger, I was trying to get this money, or I was violent, I was sticking people up, I was whatever, or sexual assault. Sexual assault. You may have gone to jail when you was a young boy for sexual assault. And it's a little bit different when you are a young boy. Like before age 18, if you committed sexual assault, you could go to a group home, you could go to a juvenile facility, and a lot of your records could be expunged by the time you hit legal age. But if you're over 18, you're going to wear that sexual assault badge for the rest of your life. And that's, for some people that seems fair. And for some people, it doesn't seem fair. For some people, it doesn't seem fair that when you are under 18, you may escape justice as they see it. But nonetheless, these things may or may not be part of your history. But if jail is a part of your history, then the crimes that you have committed are part of your history. And the things that led up to you committing the crimes are part of your history. Now, that could be a lot of different things. It could be poverty. Is poverty part of your history? For a lot of us, poverty was a part of our history. And if it wasn't straight up poverty, it could have been being broke. All right, we wasn't poor. We wasn't government cheese. But sometimes we still stood in the cheese line. I wasn't government cheese. I wasn't on the welfare. But sometimes we wanted free cheese too. Yo, stood in line for the free cheese, powdered milk, and all that bullshit. I said, stood in line. I'm standing in line. I'm standing in line. Yo, cheese, 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 cheese. Niggas always talking about grilled cheese, 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 cheese. Talking about how good that fucking free cheese. Cheese, 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 cheese. You wasn't on welfare, but you had free cheese. Go over the crib. Blocks of free cheese. What the fuck is going on? What's up with these? I said blocks of free cheese. Go back Thursday. Blocks of free cheese. Blocks of free cheese. If you came to the McIntyre household, you're going to see some free cheese. Nobody on welfare. Come to the McIntyre household, we're going to see some free cheese. Blocks of free cheese. Sometimes it was sliced. Most of the time it wasn't. Sometimes it was sliced. Most of the time it wasn't. You take off that fucking white shit. It was in a box and the fucking block of fucking free cheese. This shit wasn't Velveeta, son. You understand what I'm saying? Free cheese is part of my history. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I didn't like that cheese. I didn't like it. And I never was a fan of grilled cheese sandwiches. That's not part of my history. Fuck grilled cheese. I didn't like that shit. And you know what else I don't like? I don't like French toast. I don't know what is that shit? What is that? What is French toast? Bunch of syrup on some toast. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like it. Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't think that free cheese shit was good. I think that's the reason why cancer is on some crazy shit now. Think about it. When they was giving away their free cheese, that's when AIDS was running rampant. Think about it. It was right there in the AIDS and the crack era, and they're giving away free cheese. Now, fast forward 30 years later, this shit. Fast forward 30 years later. Fast forward 30 years later. 35 years. Yeah, 35 years later. Now here we are with this pandemic, and they trying to give you that free shot. Nah, son. Nah. I don't want nothing free from the government. I ain't even bullshitting. I'm all right. Okay. All right. Anyway, if jail is a part of your history, then the crimes that you have committed are part of your history. What led up to you committing those crimes is part of your history. So whether it was poverty, whether it was abuse, whether it was peer pressure, whether it was being a follower, whatever it was, that's part of your history. You can't deny that. The question is, if that was part of your history, if that was how you used to live, if that's how you used to do, if that's what used to get you by, how is it that you don't do those things anymore? Is your history, are the things that are part of your history somehow now not part of your history anymore? That's what we're talking about on the daily. Go Get 'Emism show. What's good? Train Within. What's going on? Train Within. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate it. You coming right there in the middle of my little rant. Yeah, I mean, I'm a chill though. Cherry's in the house. It's Cinderella, Dana Dane. Where's the woman Dana Dane with fame? It's Cinderella, Dana Dane. Well, it's the woman Dana Dane with fame. What's going on, Dana Dane? It's the Dane. Oh. Carol Chamberlain says, some things I might go to jail for, like protecting myself or my children. Yeah, but see, okay. let's say you did go to jail for protecting yourself, defending yourself, or protecting your children. I don't think, and like, for my opinion, I don't think that would make jail part of your history. You know, because you weren't practicing going in and out. You weren't a repeat offender. That wasn't your life. You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about things that are part of your history, we can talk about things that you did one time or whatever. But mostly what we're talking about is who you were, how you were, the things that made up your history, because these are the things that made up you. This is how you learn to cope. This was your day to day. This is how you were. So we're going to try to talk about a whole lot of things. When you start talking about the things that are part of your history, if y'all go and read the things that I wrote in the description, I mean, shit is real. We started off with the jail time, but you think about, like, if you was on drugs, if you messed around with drugs, do I remember you? What? What? My man Train Within is asking, like, do you remember me, bro? Oh, you mean like 2005 on, in South Philly and Franklin Field? Well, I guess you could say Franklin Field is in West Philly if you really want to get technical, but I mean, okay. This is my man. This is my man Ish. This is my man Ish. You know what I'm saying? My man Ishmael. What's going on, my man? Yeah, I remember you. Never forget you. You was my dude. You know what I mean? I thought we was going to blow up as actors. But fuck it. I mean, shit happens. Do you know? Hell, do I remember, my man? I mean, you can hide your name. I know what you look like, though. That's my dude. Look, when I was writing my movie in 2007, I had Ish come over to read some of the script or whatever. I never finished the movie because when you're dealing with, well, not Ish, but when you're dealing with untrained actors trying to push them along, you gotta really want to get that done. It's not an easy task. It's not an easy task. It's not an easy task. You feel me? But yeah, like we was talking about, if you have experimented with drugs, if you started off drinking, then you smoked a little weed, you start sniffing a little coke, next thing you know, you are experimenting with drugs. That's part of your history. You can't deny it. And that's whether you went to rehab or didn't, or got off drugs or still messing around with them a little bit. That's part of your history. And if you still indulge, if you still use, then your history is you. Or if you got fucked up because of drugs, if you was all shot out and null and void, because you was smoking that wet, you know what I mean? And now you just ain't the same. Like, people might have had high expectations of you because, your intelligence and your energy and your drive and your natural ability, your skill level, your talent was just off the chain, but you just couldn't leave them fucking drugs alone. And now you'll never be the same in the eyes of those who really liked you, cared for you, and had high hopes for you. You know what I mean? But that's part of your history. Now, if you've cleaned yourself up now, and you may even be helping other people to get past that, that's a beautiful thing. But that's part of your history. Drug use, drug abuse, that's part of your history. And if you associated with somebody, or let's say your parents were on drugs, or people in your family were on drugs, or they sold drugs, the drug culture is part of your history. See, it's something that can be part of your history, even if it's not exactly what you did, but they was all around you. So you can't act like you don't know nothing about drugs. Your mom and your dad, or your mom and your dad, or your uncles, aunts, and brothers and sisters, everybody around you was getting high. You was the only one that escaped. You was the only one that got out of that shit. So drug addiction is part of your history. So the way that you look at drug addiction and people who use drugs may be different different from somebody who never was in that life and didn't live that way, wasn't exposed to it. So you might be able to talk drugs with the dope boys, even though you never sold no dope. But you can talk dope with them. because you saw the dope getting cooked up and smoke cooked up, cooked up, rocked up, smoked. It could have been a situation where your house was turned into a drug house because your parents or whoever you were associated with was so strung out that they sold out. And it happens. Drug addiction is part of my history. It is. I never took drugs, but I had drugs around me. Whether we're talking about at home, whether we're talking about at school, whether we're talking about at work, I was around drugs. Socially, familially, politically, it is what it is. So I've never sold drugs. I've never used drugs. So what? Drug addiction and drug dealing is part of my history. It just is. No way around it. So I'm hoping y'all understanding what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the things that are part of your history and the things that aren't. Sometimes people, I mean, you're just keeping it 100. Sometimes people fake the funk and they try to make things part of their history that aren't part of their history. Like you had people around here acting like they was around drugs and they wasn't, because some of these young boys think that it's cool to be around drugs. A lot of these rappers nowadays, they in that keep it real type of thing. So they actually feel like they have to sell drugs at some point in their lives in order to make their lyrics come to life. And I'm like, that's the dumbest shit I ever fucking heard. So I guess when you talk about shooting somebody or hurting somebody or murking somebody, you have to have actually done that. That can't just be in your lyrics. You just can't be creative in that way. No, that's not part of your history. You're trying to infuse that as part of your history, but it's not there. That's not for you. And you fuck around and get yourself fucked up behind that. It's not a good look. My man Ish says everything's part of your history. Anything that you were exposed to, it was. So even if you think that you've lived a boring life, even if you think that you've never really done anything, or you've never really taken any chances or whatever, it doesn't mean that you don't have a history that's rich. Because you may have had the type of, how we on the internet, right? And we see a lot of things on the internet, and a lot of people play the victim on the internet. Well, playing the victim might be part of your history. Now you have to ask yourself, what led up to you playing the victim? You may have been the type that was submissive. I mean, submissive. And I don't mean just being in agreement with somebody, but you may have been the type of person that always gave way to somebody else. So you like to see other people get their way. Maybe you thought that if you gave somebody their way, then they would give you your way, and it didn't work out that way. But that's part of your history. So your part of your history may have been of a trusting nature. You was always trusting somebody that you ain't have no business trusting. You was always giving niggas chances that didn't deserve no motherfucking chances and shit. And they was sitting on you every time they got a chance to sit on your ass. They sit on you more than they sat in that they sit in the fucking toilet. You lived a life of being a toilet, letting niggas piss and sit on you all day. And now, because of your regret and your remorse about that, about being victimized, now you playing the victim all the time. Instead of standing up for yourself, you want everybody to have sympathy for you. Well, I feel you, homie. Or I feel you, mama. I feel you. Don't mean that I agree, but it's part of your history, and you can't deny it. It is what it is, and that's whether or not you can feel. I said it is what it is, and that's whether or not you can feel. We're gonna talk about it right here. So yeah, that's what we getting into, y'all. Do you know what I'm talking about? Or can y'all feel me? Okay. What we got now? Shirley says, really, Omar? Well, hold on. Really, Omar? You just you just put French toast in the same category you put love in, or was that live? I don't know. Put liver in. No. We was talking about grilled cheese sandwiches and that nasty bullshit ass free cheese that they used to give out. You know what I mean? I'm tired of people always talking about, yeah, free cheese was all. Man, fuck out of here. That free cheese is garbage. Ain't no business eating that shit. You know what I mean? You go to work every day. You go to work every day to make a living, make a better way for your kids, and you standing in a cheese line. What a disgrace. What a disgrace. Shout out to all the moms out there stood in that free cheese line. You got plenty of money in your pocketbook, credit cards, and you drove to the cheese line. How you gonna drive to the cheese line? If you're in the cheese line, you shouldn't have a whip. You should have to take the bus or walk to the cheese line. Y'all was violating. Stealing from the government is part of your history. Stealing from the government, part of your history, say. Y'all got chill. Y'all got chill. Yo, y'all can call into the show tonight, and I will encourage y'all to call in. It's better when y'all call in. Why y'all don't be want to call in? Call into the show. 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. 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 319-527-6199, baby. It's the Daily Go Get It Show all up in your area. And we are talking about the things that are part of your history and the things that aren't. The things that are part of your history and the things that aren't. What you know? Scolina 2105. What's going on? Thanks for coming on through. For coming on through. I appreciate you. Hope you come through tomorrow and the next day too. Okay. My man Lawrence Seiko, always up in the place. My dude, my brother, my mellow, my man. What's going on? Lawrence says, I used to not use profanity until I met son. He's not lying. He is not lying. My brother did not used to cuss. He did not. He used to use other words. He didn't used to cuss. Got around me. I guess I curse so freely, like shit, fuck out of here, yo. These niggas, fuck, these motherfuckers is tripping. Trying that bullshit. Hey, yo, for real, these bitches. And I don't give a fuck about nothing. Hey, yo. But I didn't teach him to cuss. He must have practiced on his own. All right. That's what's up. Robbie Ming says, yes, drinking and smoking weed was a part of my life in the past. Yeah, that's part of your history. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily a terrible thing. You know, I mean, but a lot of people who smoked weed before don't smoke no more. They're like, I smoked that when I was younger, blah, 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 blah. But then you have a lot of people who smoked weed before and they still smoking weed. And a lot of people discovered weed later in their life, and like, so it's not really part of it. I don't know. It's kind of weird, son. I don't know. If you started off smoking joints and now you smoke blunts, I don't know. I think you got to check yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you started off in the blunt era, then it's only right that you smoke blunts. But actually, if you're smarter, you start smoking joints because they last longer and you'll get more weed. You know, a lot of people roll the weed, but they don't really know how to roll the weed. So most of the weed be, plus they use them cheap ass papers and what I mean. Well, they're not rolling with the leaf and smoking with the leaf, the good shit, and so they burning away a lot of the weed, talking and bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? You smoke a joint, you roll the joint tight, and take. If you don't smoke the joint, it'll actually go out. So you got to keep lighting it, but you're gonna make sure you get all. I'm just saying that's how I see it. But smoking weed is part of my history too. I don't smoke no more, but it is part of my history. Had a good time while I was going down. It is what it is. Smoking with my man Lawrence. It was what it was. Part of your history. You know, like my brother Ansel Jones is in the house. What's going on, my man? My brother Ansel Jones. He says, I went horseback riding. I went horse riding. I love that place. That's what's up. I'm trying to figure out where that came from. Okay. What we got? What we got? Cherry says, I think getting sick in November changed my perspective on how I feel. I always wanted to be remarried, always chasing that. Now I'm the track star, got proposed to twice this week. Damn. All right. Well, look at you. I said, look. So at first I was wait a minute. At first you was choosing, but now you're being chosen. That's good. That's good though. That's a good look. I mean, you got two proposals in a week though. Well, all right, Lynn. Cal Chamberlain says, we were poor, Omar, so we got free cheese and anything else we could get. So that's part of my history, being poor. It is what it is. It is what it is. Now, all right, I'm glad you said that, because if being poor was part of your history, if you notice, you did a lot of things to get up out of that history. You know, you did a whole lot of things to change that history. So being poor may have been part of your history before, but it's evidently something that you moved away from. Now, some people may have accepted that they was going to be poor for the rest of their lives. Some people have accepted that whatever they was born into, they were going to stay there. Even if you grew up really poor, really broke or whatever, grew up in really, really bad conditions. So you started selling drugs in order to get up out of that life. Well, you know, you could have got killed, or you could have gone to jail, came home to very limited opportunities or whatever, and wound up being broke again. So you went from being poor to putting yourself back in the position to be poor once again. It's not a good look. So you probably want to move yourself as far away from that situation as possible, you know. But yeah, a lot of people grew up, you know, with you know how they had large families back in the day. We had large families, but we didn't make large money. So, but a lot of people who grew up broke still learn lessons on how to get money, how to save money, how to manage money better, how to do a little bit better. Because just because you weren't, if you were a parent that wasn't that good at your finances, it doesn't mean that you couldn't teach your children how to do a little bit better for themselves, because there may have been certain things about your financial condition that you did take ownership and take charge of, so you could make improvements, and so you could show your children a better way. Plus, other people in your life may have shown you a better way. So just because, you know, your parents may not have had no money, don't mean your aunts and your uncles didn't have none. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had a rich uncle. He might not have been rich, but he might have been hood rich. Everybody had an uncle that had the Cadillac or the Lincoln and shit. You know what I mean? That uncle. Everybody like, damn. You know, uncle, you know what I mean? Let's call him Uncle Buster. Uncle Buster be getting all the money. I love when Uncle Buster come around. He be giving out money. You know what I mean? We riding Uncle Buster car. I be like, damn, man, Dad, how come you can't make money like Uncle Buster? you know what I'm talking about? Everybody got a rich uncle. Rich enough. And he's part of your history. You know, so when we talk about things that are part of your history, there are a lot of things that may be part of your history that you may be ashamed of. You know, like you may be an enabler. Maybe being an enabler is part of your history. So you allow people to do worse for themselves by making a way for them to not have to try or not be accountable. You enable them. It's part of your history. Now, have you changed that part of your history? You know, you may have been seen as the greatest friend or the favorite aunt or uncle or whatever, because you did not discipline you did not teach better, whatever. You just kind of let it happen. So if you allowed your niece or your nephew to come over your crib and smut chicks or have sex with their boyfriends or whatever, and then they got pregnant, you are partly responsible for that. Some people may say that you were directly responsible. You know damn well that you shouldn't have been letting that teenage girl be having no boy company over your house. But that's exactly what you did, trying to be a friend instead of trying to be a guardian. So you got to explain to your sister that you let your niece come over your house and fuck on your couch or in your extra room or in your basement or whatever with her boyfriend. Oh, I didn't know they was fucking. I ain't think, I just knew her mom was real strict. My sister real strict, and she wouldn't let her do nothing, and you know how kids are. When you don't let them do nothing, they going to find a way to do it. So I ain't want them to have to do stuff behind the back and whatever, but I ain't mean for her to get pregnant. I told her to wear the condom, make sure you wear the condoms. I told him to make sure he wear the condom, then wear the condom, to use the condom. I gave him condoms, used the condom, told them to wear the condom. I don't know why they didn't wear the condom. She said they wore the condom broke, wear the condom. I gave the condom, lots of condom, lifestyles and Trojans, the condom. Yo, I gave you the Ramses condom, lifestyles, the condom. Yo, I gave you the condom, the blue pack, red pack, orange pack. Yo, I gave you the condoms. I told them to use the condom. Why didn't you use the condom? You got to use the condom. You got to use the condom. The condom. I thought they would use the condoms. Being an enabler might be part of your history. You can't shake that off. You can't unenable somebody. You can stop enabling them, but now the damage is done. She got a belly that even sit-ups can't fix. She can do 1 sit-up, 2 sit-ups, some crunches. That shit ain't going away. Being an enabler might be part of your history. It's part of your history. You know somebody gonna come along and say it. Okay. Let me see what y'all talking about. Carol Chamberlain says, okay, wait, I already read that. Camera is dancing. Camera is dancing too. Hey, okay. My youngest son was a wild Aries child, and he brought it out of me. He brought it out. Word. Okay. Narciso says using a bowl stretches weed out too. Using a bowl. A bowl? Not a bong, but a bowl? What's a bowl? Okay. All right, Carol Chamber says, and Norris, I didn't know people still use bowls. I guess I'm dating myself. I well, let me find out. What's a bowl? Do I need to Google this shit? Hold on. What's a weed bowl? What's a bowl? Hold on. We gonna see about this. Using a bowl to smoke weed.
How to smoke weed in a bong. Fill your bong with water. You don't want to smoke a bong without water. It won't milk up nearly as much as you'd want it to. Grind weed and pack the bowl. Grind your weed the same way you would when smoking a bowl. Spark it. With your mouth on the mouthpiece, begin sparking the bowl while inhaling slowly. Save your lung capacity for clearing it. Plus more.
Oh. Maybe I did know what it was. Terminology. All righty. When I start smoking weed again, now I know what I'm talking about. Lawrence Sago says Uncle Buster had a Captain Crunch and we had no frills. Boo. Uncle Buster with the Cadillac. He had a Captain Crunch. He had name brand cereal. Uncle Buster. A lot of times Uncle Buster ain't had no kids yet. Carol Chamberlain says, I'm not ashamed of my history. It made me who I am today. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I embrace it. Keeps me grounded. You ain't ugly. Fuck. You not ugly. What is you talking about? You ain't ugly. Anyway, whatever. Everybody thinks that they was funny looking when they was kids. You ain't ugly. All right, anyway. Okay, Emily says, hey, I'm lost on a bowl too. But then I know about I know a little about drugs. Okay, all right. But okay. Bottom line is anything that you've done, anything, anywhere where you've gone, the way that you were, your personality is your history. A lot of times people try to erase certain things for their history. Like if you were a liar, if you were a cheater, if you were always in some messy shit, you were deceptive. That's part of your history. Now, does that mean that it's part of your history now? Well, it kind of depends. You may claim that it's not part of your history anymore, but if those things worked as far as getting you over, getting you by, getting you past, if those things were working for you, then more than likely you incorporate a little bit of that in your life today, especially when times get hard and you need an ace in the hole. So, listen, if I lied to you once and I got away with the other bullshit that I was doing and that threw you off the trail, guess what? I'm going to lie to you again when the situation presents itself. It is what it is. You think it won't win it? I said it is what it is. You think it won't win it? Won't. It will. The things that are part of your history are probably more than likely things that you used in order to achieve an end, in order to be successful, in order to eat, in order to fly, in order to get by, in order to be better, in order to have. Carol said, Omar, and ugly parts of my history. No, you use the word ugly. I ain't trying to hear that shit. You always trying to talk about some ugly. People be saying I'm always talking about ugly. You trying to say ugly. You not ugly. I seen you plenty of times. You ain't ugly. What are you talking about? Now you trying to switch the narrative. See, switching the narrative, deflecting to a whole different topic. That might be part of your history. Evidently, that's part of Carol Chamberlain's history. Now she won't deny it like I wasn't switching it. You just wasn't reading it right. You ain't. No, reading things right is part of my history. I don't be reading things right, wrong. You be deflected. You know what I'm saying? Now, maybe you should change that part of your history, but you probably won't. You know why? Because it's been working for you, Carol. It's been working for you. And see, I may not have known you for decades, but it doesn't matter. I can see. Yeah, your history is showing. It's showing like that long ass slip under your skirt. Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes. But Jesus forgives and I forgive too. Allah is a merciful God. So there's a good chance you might, you might skate on by. A bowl, a small pocket-sized pipe. So evidently I've smoked out of a bowl before. Just didn't know. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, it is the Daily Go Getimism Show. We are all up in your area on this Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships Thursday. And we are talking about the things that are part of your history. Yeah, if you were a liar, if you were a cheater, if you were deceptive, if you were always the type of person that had some messy, nasty shit going on, that's part of your history. Yeah, you may say, well, I don't do that no more. That's not me anymore. But those things were you, and they may be part of you still. If if you change the things that you're doing in the present consistently going forward, then yes, you change your history going forward, but you can't change what brought you to that point. You know, when you have a revelation and you realize the wrong that you've done and that in the way that you've been, that's a good thing. And yeah, you can make changes on that, far-reaching, changes in your makeup. But the fact that you came from where you came from is going to remain. It's not going nowhere. It's not going to change. No. And so Jones says, my history, 50 Cent. I will always think about the get rich or die trying. He's a lot different now. Actually, he's not that much different. Not that I see. I follow 50 Cent's career before Get Rich or Die Trying. He's a little slick kid. But I also know people who knew 50 Cent before all of this, before the rapping and all. Let's just put it this way. Show business changes people. But if you see, okay. If you listen to 50 Cent's account of what happened between him and Ja Rule, you get a totally different version than when you listen to Ja Rule's version of what happened between him and Ja Rule. I saw an interview with Ja Rule about a month ago. It was interesting as hell. And I was like, there's a lot of shit he was talking about. I could connect the dots. Like, showbiz is a motherfucker. I'm gonna just put it that way. Showbiz is something else. But a lot of that showbiz is a lot like wrestling, like professional wrestling. It's all somebody already knows the winner because it's fixed. Sometimes the wrestlers don't understand how the fix is in, but it's fixed. Cherry says, I was too much of a builder or doctor in my past relationships. I learned that from the females in my life. Okay. So you're saying that you were submissive, or you were a caretaker. You were a caretaker. Being a caretaker might be part of your history. Always being the one to run to help people. Always being an assistant. Always being the first to help and always the last one to get help might be part of your history. And that's kind of part of your history that can make you a little bit salty. That might piss you off a little bit. Like, I'm always Johnny on the spot, trying to help somebody, trying to save somebody, trying to keep somebody from falling. But when I need some help, I can't get shit. I can't even get $5 for a hoagie. I can't even get $10 for a cheesesteak and a 40-ounce. Can I get $10 for a cheesesteak and a 40? Can I get $10 for a cheesesteak and a 40? When I need some help, niggas always saying they ain't got nothing for me. I need $10 for a 40. I need $10 for a 40. I need $10 for a 40 and a cheese. $10 for a 40 and a cheese. $10 for a 40 and a cheese. $10 for a 40 and a cheese stick. 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 $10 for 40 and a cheese stick. $10 for 40 and a cheese stick. $10 for a brew and a cheese stick. $10 for a chicken platter and a can of beer. Yeah. $10 for a chicken platter and a can of beer. Yeah, I need a 24-ounce of beer and a chicken platter with some fries, salt, pepper, and ketchup, and some motherfucking hot sauce. Yeah, for real, son, for real. I need $10 for a 40 and a cheesesteak. $10 for a 40 and a cheesesteak. $10 for a 40 and a cheesesteak. $10 for a 40 and a cheese. $10 for 40 and a $10 for a 40 and a $10 for 40 and a $10 for 40 and a $10 for 40. Come on, everybody. $10 for 40 and a 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 $10. That's how I want it to be one day, y'all. Yeah, I mean, I need 20,000 niggas in the crowd. $10 for 40 and a cheesesteak. $10 for 40 and a cheesesteak. $10. Man, yeah, I mean, I got dreams. Yeah, he got a dream. Yeah. All right. Say good talk about private stock. Word. Cherry says that's why Carol offered the groceries. Wait a minute. That's why when Carol offered the groceries, it touched my spirit, and she didn't want nothing from me. That's word. And so Jones says, I seen a sign in Las Vegas. Why lie? I need some weed and beer. I saw the why lie? I need a beer. I mean, get straight to the point. You know what I mean? That keep me from having to go in the wallet. Shoot, you never know. Might have a 6-pack in the cooler. Yeah, cooler in the back. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got a cooler in the back. I got you, homie. You good. You good. Levels is good. Levels is good. Levels is good. $10 for 40 and a cheesesteak. $10 for okay. The things that are part of your history and the things that aren't part of your history. Maybe falling in love easily. Getting your heart broken easily might be part of your history. And that might be a part of history that you resent. But what has that taught you? What has that taught you? Where has that brought you to? It could be the case where because you fell in love easily, because you fell hard, because you loved hard, and it wasn't shown back to you. It could have made you scared of love, hesitant to love. You know, feeling like, well, I'm not going to give that part of myself again, even though I don't think that you can successfully keep that part of you hidden if that's what it is. When somebody touches your heart, they touch your heart. Your heart don't really give a fuck about what you want and what you don't want. When your heart say, yo, that's it. This is a go. Then guess what? It's a go. Even if you don't let the person know it's a go because it's already a go in your heart. Eventually, you're going to start moving towards that. Now, unfortunately, getting your heart broken or giving your heart to the wrong people or putting your heart in the irresponsible hands of those who will not handle it with care. That may be part of your history. It might be part of your history. The same way as having shame, being ashamed of where you come from, what you've done, how you are, the way you look. It might be part of your history. And it might be part of your right the fuck now. And no, I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but it is. The thing about your history is that your history prepared you to be the exact person that you are today. So it's hard to just shake it off like a dog that just got out of water trying to get dry. Don't work that way. It's like you have to walk off your history. You got to walk it off. But the thing is, you walk your history on. You didn't just dive into that shit. You took steps. You found out what worked and what didn't work. You found out what was acceptable and what was unacceptable. You found out what you could do and what you couldn't do. And you found a way. You found a way to be. That was how your personality developed. That was how your persona was developed. That's how it went. Is your history your now? Is your history your current situation? Well, only you know that. Only you know that. But you do have control over whether what you have done and how you were before is how you're going to be now, and what you're going to do in the now, in the right here and now. So it's a tough situation. It is. It can be a tough situation. It's one of those things when we start talking about our history, we start talking about a whole lot of things that hurt. Sexual abuse or physical abuse, mental and emotional abuse. Many people grew up with that being on their resume, not as the offender, but as the offended. And if you were the one that was victimized by these things, it's part of your history. Now, that's probably a history that you want to erase the fuck out of. You want to make sure that you don't carry it on to the next generation. You want to make sure that you don't ever have to encounter it again in your life. But it's part of your history. It's a whole part of your history. And you can't deny that. You fix it. You can fix that. But you can't erase that. And erasing it won't make it go away. Hiding it from other people, it won't make it go away. You know, the only way that we can really deal with our history is to confront our history. That means that we have to deal with the man in the mirror, like Michael Jackson said. We have to go inside of ourselves and do the internal work and find out what's really making the heart beat, what's making the blood churn or course through our veins. But it's our history. You know, infidelity. You've been a cheater all your life. It's part of your history. You can't kick it like you a one woman man now. You may be a one woman man now, but something probably drove you to being that one woman man. Or if you're a chick, every woman out here, I mean, let a lot of these women out here tell it. You know, they've never been a cheater. They've never indulged in that kind of shit. Or when they did do it, it was when they were so young and they didn't understand or whatever. %50 of all marriages end in divorce, and a lot of it is fortified with infidelity, and that's to say nothing of the people who stay together and just cheat all through their marriages until it finally ends, because they are a big part of those statistics too. But if you are a cheater, you have to confront the fact that you are a cheater and what makes you a cheater, because there are probably a whole bunch of character flaws that go along with that. Ain't no getting around it. Some of those things you may have tried to get comfortable with, and some of those things may be like, you know, deep down inside, I'm a fucked up person. Anger management. Anger management may be part of your history. You may not have been the type that was able to control your anger. So you was a puncher and a slapper and a teller offer. Yeah. Anytime somebody disagreed with you or challenged you or gave you friction, you either slapped the shit out of them, set them up to get fucked up, got them rolled on, or you insulted them to the point way beyond what was necessary for the situation. Anger management or anger mismanagement may be part of your history. You don't know how to deal with adversity. You show very little restraint when it comes to dealing with things that upset you. Very little control, very little restraint, very little resolve. That's part of your history, though, homie. It's part of your history. You know, a lot of men do a lot of fucked up shit as they're growing up. They're learning, they're growing. Some of them know better, and some of them have learned better but haven't submitted to better yet. Same thing with women. You know, if you were the type of woman that only messed around with men because of what they could do for you, or if you only respected men that had a lot of money. Now, you may have been with men who didn't have a lot of money, but the men that you were with aren't the men that you respected. You respected the ones that was getting that guap. So you may have a history of, you know, some gold digger type of tendencies. However, you may have been the type that would chill with a man who lived by modest means, milk the shit out of him, and milk somebody else on the side because you felt like, well, a man should be able to provide for his woman. So that's your excuse. That's your excuse for dogging your man out. Well, I'm saying he need to get his weight up. He knew how I was when he met me. Okay. You also knew what he was working with when you met him. So you like him enough to be with him, but you don't like him or respect him enough to rock with him exclusively. But you'll make the excuse that you have to rock with another man because that man is getting money, but you ain't trying to be with that man. You just trying to get from that man. So you may actually have a history of not only being a gold digger, but you might be a little hoe. And we can talk about that for a few minutes and then we can get on up out of here. You know, a history of promiscuity. You have a history of being a hoe. You know, it was almost like it was a button on your shoulder. No, it was a button on your neck. A nigga kiss you on your neck, and all of a sudden your panties come down. Like, how the fuck? Yo, her panties came down and her pants was still up. Wait a minute, wait. How her panties come down but her pants still up? Oh, I don't fucking know. But I swear to God, I kissed the bitch on her neck. Not on her lips. I kissed her on her neck. And the panties was on the floor. But her pants was still up. I ain't even finger pop her. I did afterwards. But I'm still, you know, I'm like, what's this fucking commercial magic shit? Yeah. You was quick tender. Quick tender. Any man that shows you some attention or a little bit of affection, he can hit. Now, you would have to confront what that's about. So, not only may promiscuity be a part of your history, but low self-esteem and low value for yourself, low self-respect, that may be part of your history too. Or you might look at it as not wanting to hurt anybody's feelings or giving everybody a chance. Call it whatever you want. Almost any man that wanted to fucked you. And you wasn't even an ugly girl, but you just quick to get that ass up. Same thing with a dude. Now, he may have been out there like that, throwing his dick all over the place. So he not only being a dog may be part of his history, but he may have a history of sexually transmitted diseases. It's part of his history. I'm getting around that shit. Even giving chicks that shit. Like, your dick is burning, you still stick it in somebody and bust. You a dirty dick, nasty ass nigga. It's part of your history. Talking about, I ain't know I had that shit. I ain't had no symptoms. Nigga, you was burnt. Nigga. They checked the history of your drawers for a week, and they all had fucking cigarette burns in the drawers. Like, what the fuck? Yo, that is not a regular discharge, son. Shit, nigga shooting acid out his dick. Part of your history. That's part of your history. And so Jones says, oh, my bad. Okay. So the same way that can be part of your history, it doesn't mean that it has to be part of who you are now, but it might be. It might be. You may have found a different way to cope with it or present it now, but it might be. Y'all have jobs. Y'all know who give up the ass like they ain't got no sense at work. You know what I mean? You done went with 3 people on one job. And those are the people that you officially actually were involved with. That's nothing to say about the motherfuckers that you just randomly, like, you the work hoe. And getting back to a dude being a dog, he may have been very promiscuous. He may have been out slinging his dick to try to hide the fact that he was gay. It happens. There's a lot of dudes out here that are trying to fight that feeling of homosexuality. So guess what? Being on a down low may be part of your history. See, the thing about being a homosexual is this. Nobody has to declare that you're gay in order for you to be gay. A lot of people get that twisted. People think that being gay is all about having sex with the opposite sex. It's not. Well, yeah, you carry on physical sexual relationships with the same sex. Yeah, you are gay, but gay is in the head and it's in the heart. So if you're a man who wants to be with a man, but you have a wife and kids and you have never been with a man, it doesn't mean that you're not gay. And somebody out there knows it, because who you are in here and up here shows out there, and you can't get away from it. It's going to show out there. That's why we be talking about some dudes. Yo, you ain't going to tell me he ain't sweet. You see his mannerisms. You see the way he walk, the way he talk. Yeah, he act like a girl because he is on the inside. He's soft. Yeah, you don't have to physically be out there and be gay, but somebody sees it in you. And one day it'll come out. Being in the closet might be part of your history. Mocha Baby 216. Mocha Money Bags. Is that you? I know that birthday, 216. No getting around it. Miss Moneybags. What's going on, Miss Moneybags? Hope you all right down there in Texas. And I know you live in the Dallas area. You know what I mean? Well, all of y'all should be all right now, but I hope you ain't get caught out there and all tight fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Good to see me some you. That's my joint right there. What up, Mocha? Mocha Money Bags. Word up. Nora Seal says, I know somebody who told from jump that she would give me some hot lead if I gave her anything, whether I knew I had something or not. But, and I've heard people say that kind of shit. Here's the thing. You can't scare somebody into not burning you. The same way you can't scare somebody into not cheating on you. You can't scare somebody into not treating you well. Yeah. And whether she actually put hot lead in you if you burnt her or not. If you have sex with somebody that you think might burn you, well, that's part of your history too. The fuck out of here. Like, you know what I mean? Niggas think they can avoid getting burnt by pulling out. Like, as long as you don't bust in them, you won't get burnt. Oh, and plus, if you piss right after you have sex, then you won't get burnt. Like, maybe you won't get burnt if you don't fuck somebody that's burning. I'm telling you, I really think that way will work. But even if you get burnt and you put some hot lead in somebody because they put some hot goo in you, some hot infection in you, getting burnt with an STD will be part of your history. And so will shooting a motherfucker. So that's kind of like anger management. All right, we're going to do these birthday shout outs. Yes, we are. We're going to do these birthday shout outs and then we're going to get on up out of here. Oh, yes, we will. We here to get Israel, yo. I mean, yeah. I'm with this. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious February 25th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get... So I got to keep shit from falling off. Number one out the box. Number one out the box. Conqualia. No, I'm sorry. Consqualia Holloway turning 48 years old today. And J. Marie Moore, happy birthday to you. And Grace Lagarde turning 39 years old today. And Tony Whitmore turning 48 years old today. And Robin Wilson turning 51 years old today. And last but not least, my brother from Penn State, 1991. That's my man, Chris Mazik, turning 49 years old today. My man, Chris Mazik. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious February 25th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out. Rock on and do the damn, to rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, yo. I said, remember, yo. Your history is what it is. This is part of your history. It's either part of your history or it's not part of your history. You can fake the funk on on saying that you've been through things, saw things, did things, that you've never done. But it's really a futile attempt to try to get people to either like you, rock with you, respect you, or deal with you, do business with you. The truth is going to come out, and what you'll probably find out is that you never had to do all of that shit in order to get people to like you. Because, when it really all comes down to it, they're either going to rock with you, like you, dig you, or they're not. I'm not saying that it's always going to happen naturally, but you can't force a hand to stay. You can force a win, but in order to keep that crown, you got to defend it. So you have to put yourself in a position to be able to defend it. The things that happen to you and the things that you've been through, that's you. It's nothing to be. It's nothing to be ashamed of. You can't go back and fix it, but you can fix the right now. You can do that. You can fix the right now, and you can make things better for yourself, and you can get yourself to a point where you can respect yourself, hold your head high, and feel good about wherever you've been, whatever you've done, and whoever you are. And I would encourage you. I would encourage you to do that with the quickness. It's gonna be all right. Everything is gonna be all right. Thank you. Won't. We're gonna be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, 7:00 for another Daily Go Get 'Emism show. And check it out, right? And check it out, right? Let me tell you what we're talking about, right? Hey, yo. Hey, check it out. Tomorrow on the Daily Go Get 'Emism show. Tomorrow on the See, I gotta decide. I gotta decide. Okay. I don't know if I really like this one. I have a few to choose from, but I'm not sure if I like. I don't know if I like these. So this is what we're gonna do. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the bait you use to draw them in. So basically, we're going to talk about your power of attraction. Your power of attraction. What you do in order to bring people closer to you. The things that you do in order to have people come. And not necessarily do your bidding, but maybe that too. But the bait that you use, because some people lie and cheat and steal in order to, sort of put on that air of having things. People will gravitate towards people who they think can give them things. So that might be the bait. So that's tentatively, for the most part, that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Power of attraction, or should I say the bait that you use to draw them in. I want to thank y'all for coming through tonight. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, and love y'all right back to life. Don't you know? So, Blog Talk, we're going to get you on up out of here. I'm going to holler back at you. All right, and for my Instagrammers, Peace, Mocha Money Bags. Thanks for coming through, Ma. It's good to see me some of you. I'll get back. All right. Instagram is out of here. And for my YouTubers, I say my YouTubers. Yo, for my YouTubers. Emily says, what do you need to decide when you have a co-host to confer with? Am I chopped liver? How many of y'all would like to see y'all co-hosts either call in or come on? How many of y'all would like to see that? If y'all want to see that, y'all let me know. Because this co-host in the chat room, I don't know about that. But we could talk about that too. I holler at y'all later on. Y'all have a good night. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.